Go.
Hi, my name is Jem. I used to be a Habonim movement worker. I was in Habonim for many years, and I'm here with Yiftah Gavish, the new Shaliach for Habonim Draw, and we're going to do a short video about Israel. Yiftah, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself to start off with?
Sure. So as James said, my name is Yiftah Gavish. I'm the new Shaliach for HD UK. I'm very happy to be here. And we're starting today this new YouTube channel telling about Israel, Israeli politics, and everything that's going on in Israel, basically.
So, the major thing that happened in Israel this week, as I'm sure you all know, is that Israeli elections happened. Now, one quick point about the Israeli electoral system works very differently to here. In Israel, it's one person, one vote. So if 20% of the electorate vote for a certain party, that party will get 20% of the seats. Now, one more thing to say about the system. It's very rare for a party to get a majority by themselves. So you have what's called coalitions, which is lots of different parties coming together. In fact, Yiftah, has the party ever got a majority?
No, ever. Ben-Gurion was the closest one. We got 53 out of 120. It still was the majority. It had to have a coalition.
So if Ben-Gurion couldn't do it, I don't think anyone else is going to do it. Anyway, so first of all, the background to the election. What did people expect from this election?
So I believe that the pivotal moment of these elections was perceived to be the unification of the two lists of the Likud party and Israel Beiteinu party. Two right-wing parties, quite extreme, led by Netanyahu from the Likud and Yvette Lieberman from Israel Beiteinu. It was therefore thought that these two parties, who got 42 seats together in the last election, will get at least the same number of seats the next time, but it hadn't happened.
No, it didn't happen. What happened instead?
What happened instead is that actually the united list of these two parties, Likud Beiteinu, dropped quite sharply from 42 seats to 31. They are still the biggest party, and Netanyahu is still going to be the next prime minister, but he has much less comfortable majority than he used to have in the last Knesset. Basically, if you look at the bigger picture of not just parties, but different camps, you have the left-center camp that enjoyed only 53 seats last time and have 59 seats this time, while the right wing shrunk from 67 to 61, so you can see it's a very narrow majority this time.
It's very hard to talk about this election without talking about one man in particular, Yair Lapid. What do you think of Yair Lapid? Do you think he'll play a major role in the next government, or do you think he'll be a passing phase?
On one of the streets that comes off.
Yair Lapid is definitely the hero of these elections. He won 19 seats, came second place when he started from scratch, coming up with a new party named Yesh Atid. None of the members in this party, of the new parliament members, none of them is a politician. They all came from all sorts of fields. So it's quite difficult to anticipate exactly how it's going to work, because he's lack any political background or experience. It seems that he has good ideas. He wants to make sure that everyone in Israel is being recruited equally to the army, especially Haredi population. He wants to make sure that resources are being split in a more equal way and more productive way, to make sure that everybody works and everybody contributes. How he will achieve it? Very hard to tell. But one thing I can tell you, he's surely going to be a very major part in this coalition with Netanyahu.
And what do you think?
10 seconds.
What do you think will be the makeup of the coalition? Do you think it will be Labour, Yesh Atid, and Likud Beiteinu, or do you think that the right-wing parties will also play a role?
As a Labour Party voter, I hope that will be the case. Unfortunately, Sheli Yachimovich, the leader of the party, of the Labour Party, chose a different route. She stated that she'll never sit together with Netanyahu in coalition, mainly due to his capitalism, very extreme capitalism, that she considers very harsh and very destructive for Israeli society, and therefore she would not cooperate and sit with him in the same coalition. Therefore, Netanyahu and Lapid cannot form a coalition just by the two of them, and somebody else will have to be part of it. It can be either Naftali Bennett from Habayit HaYehudi, a very right-wing party, very committed to settlements development in the West Bank, but willing to work towards more equality in the society and having Haredians incorporated in the army and the work market. The other option is to have the Haredian parties in, which will make it more difficult for Lapid to implement his plans, but then will be such a right-wing coalition.
Finally. Okay. Thank you so much, Yiftah. Do you want to read more?